People don't understand just how strong Colossus and Magik is from X-Men, so let's go and talk about it. Colossus's mutant powers, he can cover his entire body in this organic steel-like substance that's very similar and dense to osmium. For those of you who don't know, osmium is the densest natural occurring element on Earth. Also, another interesting fact about this is Colossus doesn't really need to eat, drink, sleep, or breathe when he's like this. Now, some of you might be asking, how strong is Colossus's body compared to other metals in Marvel such as adamantium or vibranium? Well, Colossus's body is strong enough to withstand a couple slashes from Wolverine's claws. Eventually, over time, this will pierce his body and he will start to bleed, however, but still, it's pretty impressive that it can withstand more than one attack from his claws, given the fact that these things can also instantaneously pierce the Hulk. When Colossus is in his metal form and he's touched by vibranium, it turns his entire body back to normal. Now, besides that, Colossus is still pretty strong. Colossus on multiple occasions has been one of the only few X-Men to really go toe-to-toe with the Juggernaut. Now, Colossus isn't as strong as the Juggernaut, but he is a little bit more skilled than he is, and I feel like that kind of more or less evens it out so he can take him on without getting instantaneously obliterated. And speaking of Juggernaut, when the World War Hulk event was happening and Hulk was going on a rampage throughout the entirety of the United States, Juggernaut was, again, one of the few people that actually went toe-to-toe with the Hulk and actually physically matched him. Like, the only way how Hulk really beat Juggernaut in that instance was he kind of used his powers against him and just flung him into one direction, and since Juggernaut's powers are when he's in motion and he can't really be stopped, he kind of just kept going. Okay, so now you guys got an idea of how strong Juggernaut is. Let's talk about the time when Colossus became Juggernaut. Now, there's quite a few things you guys need to understand about this. When Colossus became the Juggernaut, the being Cytorrak gave Colossus more power than he did Cain Marko. So already on paper, he's more powerful than the basic Juggernaut, who is equal in strength to World War Hulk. Also, you have his mutant powers stacked on top of that. This guy is pretty insane. Now, all this stacking of power doesn't really end here, because a little while later, Colossus gets about a fifth of the Phoenix Force, and here's another interesting thing. Colossus at this time was also still the avatar of Cytorrak, so he was also still getting that massive power boost, and he even went to Cytorrak's realm to try to get rid of that. And Cytorrak said no, because Colossus was his favorite avatar because he engaged in devastating battles all the time because he was a hero. Later on though, Colossus would eventually lose all these powers, and it was kind of a good thing because Colossus was losing control and kind of going on a rampage, even tried to unalive his own sister, but it's kind of a good thing that all that got severed. And unfortunately, I don't think Colossus has reached that level of power yet, but here's to us seeing it again, because in my opinion, it's pretty dope. I love Colossus and I want to see more of him. Illyana Rasputin is a Russian mutant sorceress from Marvel and a sister of Colossus, and she is one of the most dangerous beings to ever exist. Illyana's mutant power is that she can create stepping discs, large portals that travel through time and space, allowing Illyana and her allies to go almost anywhere. Think of it very similar to Nightcrawler, but instead of using the brimstone dimension, Magik uses Limbo, an equally terrifying magical hellscape. When Illyana was 7 years old, she was taken by the ruler of Limbo at the time, known as Belasco. There, he took her on as his apprentice, teaching her magic and shaped a part of her soul, increasing her power but allowing the Hell Lord to control her. However, when she was 17, she was rescued by an alternative version of Storm and Kitty Pryde, who goes by Cat. There, Storm taught Illyana more knowledge in magic, and Cat taught her how to fight. And soon later, Magik would forge her Soul Sword, a massive magical blade created from Illyana's life force. The Soul Sword can disrupt magic and spells. It can also harm demons and other powerful supernatural beings, and can unpossess people, leaving the host intact. Now, due to the Soul Sword being more spiritual than physical, it doesn't really work that well on physical things. However, if it's used on a person, it could still knock them out. But after she acquired the Soul Sword, she managed to beat Belasco and took over as the new ruler of Limbo. And due to this, Magik has had tons of feats over the years. First off, as ruler of Limbo, Magik has full access to all the power of the dimension, allowing her to conjure energy from. She can also summon her Eldritch armor that can protect her from most physical and magical attacks. Magik can also summon demons to assist her in battle. She also possesses energy manipulation, protection, and shield spells, and even matter manipulation. She also possesses some psychic resistance. Magik's stepping disc also allow her to travel virtually almost anywhere. They can travel interstellar distances or even allow her to time travel. Magik, also due to her connection with Limbo and some dark magic, has her demonic super form known as Dark Child, a form that enhances everything about her, making her a true monster. Magik has also beaten Doctor Strange, destroyed the Crimson Gem of Sif, Cytorrak. She's also freed her brother Colossus from being the Juggernaut. She has also beaten one of Dormammu's students, who was a massive dragon at the time. She's also beaten all the new mutants by herself. Magik has even been empowered by 1/5 of the Phoenix Force. She's also out-magicked and beaten the Enchantress in a realm of Limbo, and she's even destroyed some of Legion's personalities as well. But the most powerful feat Magik has done, in my opinion, is the time where she once absorbed the entirety of the Limbo dimension into herself, and then proceeded to beat Dormammu and his army of mindless ones. Magik has even trained with Doctor Strange, further increasing her powers, and now she's even a candidate for the Sorcerer Supreme. But anyway, that is Magik. Comment down below who or what you want me to talk about next, and feel free to give this video a like, feel free to give your boy a follow, and I'll talk to y'all later. Hope you have a nice day, and peace.